I think I'm going to miss this place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very green. I'm going to miss the horses. I'm just sitting here with my coffee. Just even them talking back and forth to each other it just feels like home a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not our home, but a feeling of home.
Just an itty bitty ditty about a couple on the road, driving an RV, pulling a toad. No place special to roam, not looking for a home. Won't you come along with us? We are RPlaceTravels.
After we left Deadwood, we went down Route 385 and ended up in Spokane Creek Campground,
It's in Keystone, South Dakota.
4 miles east of Keystone. So this is the campsite. Our first impression was,
Yeah, where we were at, we had electric and water, and we tried to get full hookups, but we couldn't get over in that section. But when we started going over to ours, it was like, all right, it's just this little grassy, no...
parking on the grass.
We weren't too thrilled when we first got there. We had no cell service, none whatsoever. I mean, we couldn't even call on our phone. It was that bad. So a couple times we ended up going actually into Keystone so that we could call people and use the internet. Our phones actually said that it would not make a phone call unless it was an emergency, and it would only call 911. But boy, were we wrong.
Yeah, it grew on you.
Yeah, but it was beautiful around there. We found 2 horses that lived next door, and they came to see us every evening.
We gave them a carrot every
Yeah.
evening, so they came to
And
see us
apples.
every evening, an apple.
Hold on.
We were on the end unit, and the only thing outside our door was the horses.
You want one too? You want one too? No. It says it's an electric fence.
You don't seem like it. It ain't hurting them at all.
He gets another one. I'm getting you one. Hi. Hi. They had tons of deer, and we saw rainbows. I mean, there was something every day. We were really surprised. Hi.
Oh, got that.
We were on the Iron Road.
Iron Mountain Road.
Iron Mountain Road.
It's also 16A, which is one of the scenic highways.
There's like 3 tunnels, and you couldn't even get the RV through. But they have switchback, just all kinds of stuff. And every time you go through a tunnel, you can see the 4 dead presidents.
Yeah, it was actually designed that way, 16A, so when you come out of the tunnels, you actually see Mount Rushmore.
We had a wonderful time. We were there 2 weeks, and it was just great. There was something to do every day. I mean, even if we stayed at the RV, there was like the horses and the deer, and that's when you went up the mountain.
Yep, that's where I went up the mountain,
Yeah.
Flag Mountain. After Labor Day, the season is pretty much over in the whole Black Hills. So all the people that work there, come from out of state to work there, start going home.
So things started closing up.
And also the RV park wasn't all that full.
It got full during the wedding.
Yeah, the owner of the
Yeah.
campsite got married, and he had his wedding there.
They said they had only had it for like 8 months. They just bought
they're just
the
new
RV.
owners, and they're in the process of fixing it up. They just built the bathrooms. They're going to build a whole nother bathroom unit over in another section.
over in the section we were in.
So they're working on improving it.
And they have a pool there, the little mini golf
Area.
a store, and it has food. I mean, they actually make pizza and breakfast, and they've got a regular store if you need any camping stuff.
A lot of people stop in there as they're cruising down 16A,
It's like the only place to eat.
grab
Yeah.
a snack or something to eat, and beer or something.
You go, and it's like you're not sure about it, but once you're there, it's like really changed my mind about the whole place.
Felt very comfortable there.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it a lot. So we took a day Actually, we did this back when we were still in Deadwood because we still had Brianna with us, and we wanted to take her down and make sure she saw Mount Rushmore. But it's actually closer to Spokane Creek, so that's why we put it in this video.
They look kind of tiny when you first get in there, but once you get up there, they're gigantic.
They have a called the Presidential Trail. We left Nana back at the auditorium, and then Brianna and I walked 422 steps. Luckily not all uphill. You can walk up underneath the monument.
Get up closer to the monument and round to the back.
And so Brianna and I did that.
We had dinner there. They got a food court and they got shops and stuff. And I got a stamp. If you're collecting the stamps of the national parks, there's a stamp there. We actually stayed for the evening program that they had. They light up the presidents and they have a little talk by the ranger.
With a 10-minute ranger talk, followed by a 20-minute movie entitled Freedom, America's Lasting Legacy, and America's National Anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, as the memorial is being lit. I encourage everyone to stand and sing along during the playing of our national anthem.
And then they have a little presentation with music and very patriotic.
Yeah, Cindy said the ranger came out and talked about freedom of speech, how important it is.
In this country, you are free to say most anything you want to. Just how important is speaking? Sadly, many people choose not to engage in open dialogue. You can strongly disapprove of what someone else has to say while still defending to the death their right to say it. America is still the land of the free and the home of the brave. As long as we listen to Thomas Jefferson, who warned, all tyranny needs to gain a foothold is for people of good conscience to remain silent. Never forget that you can lose your freedom to speak by not speaking. I challenge everyone here to speak out for liberty and justice for all. I challenge you to say the words you are currently afraid to say.
And then they did the lighting of the monument.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join in singing America's national anthem.
And then they ended it. They had all the veterans that were in the auditorium come down on stage.
Yeah.
And they honored him, and it seemed very patriotic.
Mm-hmm.
The whole
it just kind
presentation
of pulled on your heartstrings. It's like you don't understand till you lose your freedom, what we have, as people take it for granted here.
I invite all military personnel, past and present, to the stage. If you are unable to come down, please appoint someone to do so for you. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, I'd like to conclude our ceremony by saying most of these men and women have never met each other, and yet tonight they are bonded together on stage. For most, this is the only public recognition they will ever receive for their willingness to serve. Let's show them how we feel about them with another round of heartfelt applause.
To me, that's a must stop to see. I'm glad we took our granddaughter.
Yeah, I'm glad Brianna got to see it.
Yeah.
That was a couple things we did in the Black Hills. Come back next week and we'll continue on our time in the Black Hills, staying near Keystone.
Yeah, and if you missed our first video,
Our first half of the Black Hills.
we'll go ahead and place it up in the top so that you can go and watch that. We'll see you later.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.